Welcome to Redtastic. Story 1. I'm 27 female. I grew up with a single mother, hence we were very dependent on mom's sister and her husband. I have a cousin named Gabby who is 26 female. Gabby was not very smart or good at studies, so as a quid pro quo for the favors my aunt and uncle were doing for me, I was doing her homework and helping her study before exams. She even decided to join the same college as me, so I wrote her college application, her SOP, and even prepped her for her interview. She was a bit annoying and boy crazy, but I didn't mind it. When she joined college, I recommended her to the fashion club as she was pretty and had a decent fashion sense. In my final year of college, I started dating this guy Mark. Gabby got super jealous and would always come hang out with me when Mark was around. I was a little suspicious but didn't act upon it. One night, I got back a little early to my apartment after my part-time job, only to see Gabby and Mark in a compromising position. I was so upset and screamed at both of them. Mark ran out. Gabby looked so unbothered that it got me more mad. I was yelling at her for being so ungrateful for all the things I did to be popular in college, and asked her, of all men, why she had to sleep with my boyfriend. She had the audacity to say, "Don't act like my family has done nothing for you. Moreover, Mark obviously thinks I'm prettier and was anyway gonna dump your ass. By sleeping with him, I saved you from that humiliation." I asked her to get out. After that, I never went back home to my mom or family. 6 months ago, I got a call from an unknown number. I didn't pick it up. I then get a message from the number saying, "Hey, it's Gabby, it's urgent, pick the phone up." I obviously did not and didn't reply either. She did not stop there. She continued piling texts, giving unasked updates about her life and how she was working as an influencer. That was the first waving of the first red flag. Anyways, she tells me that she was getting married, not to Mark, and she wasn't really inviting me for the wedding, as she understands why I wouldn't want to come, but tells me that she still expects me to contribute, so she expects me to pay for her honeymoon. All of this in the same damn text. Why should I pay? Because she thinks I owe it to her and her family for all that they have done for me. I laughed out loud and blocked her number. On my daily call with my mom, I was telling her about this outrageous request and there was no way I was paying for anything. I think my mom told Gabby that I wasn't gonna pay for anything because the next morning, Gabby had managed to message from my mom's phone and said that I was being an absolute prick for not footing bills of my sister. That too when I was earning so well. She said that I was a selfish person and a miser. Am I the a-hole? Update. They got married, but the rambling didn't stop there. They had gone for their honeymoon to Bali or something. And Gabby was so unhinged that she texted me from her husband's phone, saying how they had to settle for a cheap location like Bali, because I did not have the heart to pitch in for them to have a fancy honeymoon in Rome or something. And apparently, because I didn't pay for anything, she was going to put my number as the emergency contact, so that if they fall sick with a tropical illness or have an accident, I can pay for it while they recover. I blocked that number too. I feel like my life is a circus right now. Your cousin is unhinged, OP. She's such an entitled brat. Yes, her parents helped your mom in taking care of you, but that doesn't mean you owe her this much. She ruined her relationship with you over a guy, and she didn't apologize for that. And now she wants you to fund her honeymoon. The crazy part is, she feels like you should fund it since you're doing financially well. Stand on your ground. If she wants a fancy honeymoon so badly, then she should fund it herself. Block her everywhere and cut her out of your life. You don't need any of her madness. Story 2. My 52 male's daughter, Amanda, 27 female, and her husband, Chris, 25 male, married a few months ago. Amanda has lived on her own since college, but still is in the general area. Currently, Amanda and Chris aren't that focused on their future, mostly on having fun and doing things while they're still young. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, and I think that young people should have that kind of period in their life, especially after the pandemic. I got a call from Amanda. She and Chris told me how they have taken several tests and confirmed that Amanda is pregnant. They would be hosting an announcement dinner but wanted the immediate family to know right away. They could barely wait as they had been trying since they were married. Note that this was an intended pregnancy. I told them I was thrilled to be a grandpa. The dinner party happened last week and the announcement was met with only happiness and excitement. Chris and Amanda were talking to a friend and Chris made a comment along the lines of, "Good thing that Bobby, me, will do while we're at work." I was confused and asked what they were talking about. Amanda revealed that she and Chris were expecting me to always watch the baby while they were working, and so they could have fun time while not working. Now, I love my children and will never regret being their dad, but I didn't sign up for a new baby. I'm done with all that. I want to enjoy my retirement and be free without any underage children. I explained this to Amanda and Chris, also that there are many great daycare options in the area. Amanda began to cause a scene because, "You told me you were thrilled to be a grandpa." I responded that exactly. I was thrilled to be a grandpa, not a parent to this baby. She said that I should help out since I don't have to worry about working. I receive a pension, and that she's young and these are supposed to be the best years of her life. And she thinks it's unfair that she and Chris's life should be all about a baby. I was very frank and responded that, "Amanda, of course you and Chris's life is going to be all about a baby. That's what it means to be a parent. You should not have gotten pregnant if you just expected someone else to raise your child." Amanda yelled at me, "Don't be surprised when I put you in a shitty nursing home." My son Michael says that I was harsh in my delivery, but not my message. My son Nathan agreed that Amanda and Chris are expecting too much, and it was irresponsible to purposely get pregnant when they believe they don't have time to raise a baby. My sister Sandra, however, told me my comment was callous and misogynistic, and I haven't raised a newborn in 20 years, and don't realize how much harder being a parent has gotten. And I can agree to start providing at least 4 days of childcare per week, then go from there. Multiple family members are agreeing with Sandra. So I'm looking for some unbiased perspectives here. Am I the a-hole? You're not the a-hole, OP. Your daughter and her husband are big ones though. It's a no-brainer. If they want to continue living their carefree life without any responsibilities, then a baby shouldn't be in the equation for them. They can't just have a baby and put all the responsibility of raising him or her on you. You're not the parent, they are. Sandra has no idea what she's talking about. She should volunteer to take care of the baby since she thinks it's the right thing to do. I'm sure your daughter wouldn't mind. Now for some comments. What? Did I just read what I think I read? Not the a-hole, but your daughter and her husband are entitled a-holes. P.S. Tell Sandra that she can provide at least 4 days of childcare per week and go from there. Maybe the multiple family members who agree with her can pick up the slack. I have 17 grandbabies and have raised several of them. Helping and raising are two very distinctive, different things. Enjoy your grandchild, but do not get wrapped up in the raising of him or her. Trust me, it doesn't stop at 4 days a week. You're not obligated to provide childcare for someone else's child, period. Sandra suggesting you start at minimum 4 days per week of childcare is borderline delusional. Your daughter's response of threatening to put you in a shitty nursing home if you don't provide her with full-time unpaid childcare so she can enjoy being in her late 20s, despite the fact that she's been actively trying to get pregnant for a while, is more than a little out of touch. That suggests that she's either massively immature, entitled, or most probably both. Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. If you can't put your baby first, you're not ready to be a parent. I don't even think your delivery was callous. They intentionally got pregnant and planned on relying on a parent who has not even been consulted to raise their child so they can enjoy the best years of their life. This screams irresponsible, and she probably shouldn't be a parent if she's not ready to make a life about her own baby. I'm also sorry, but Sandra is just an enabling lunatic. Child rearing has never been easy. Every generation has different struggles. If she feels so strongly that you're refusing to be a parent all over again is misogynistic, then maybe she can volunteer for the job of free babysitter since she's so willing to dump the responsibility on you. Tell your daughter you'll save the best years of your life for living as a grandpa. Story 2. My wife and I are expecting our first baby together. We made an appointment to find out the gender of the baby. To me, this is very important. I had hopes for a boy. Unfortunately, the day of the doctor's appointment, I had to attend my friend's birthday that I remembered last minute. I asked my wife if we could cancel the appointment and go another day, but she looked shocked that I even considered cancelling the appointment and going to my friend's birthday. I said I had no choice. She said cancelling the doctor's appointment was off the table because these appointments are restricted to a specific time and date and we can't miss it, so she'll go alone. I told her no because that would be selfish of her, and besides, this will ruin the news of finding out if the baby is a boy or a girl. She cut the discussion and told me to go to the birthday party. I did, then later found out she didn't cancel the appointment and went with her mom. I came home seething and blew up at her. I started arguing with her about going behind my back and doing this without me. She said it wasn't her fault I prioritized her party over my child. I told her I didn't prioritize anything. She literally could have cancelled and we could have gone another day. But clearly, she was trying to steer the fight to a direction where I looked like the neglectful and irresponsible one. We fought some, then she said I'm probably angry because it's a girl, but I responded that she was wrong. She went outside the room claiming I was stressing her out. Now acts like I owe her an apology on top of everything else, but I feel upset and like I was deceived by her. Am I the a-hole? Information. First off, Jesus, I swear I came here thinking I was somewhat justified in my frustration, but I was wrong it seems. Although I just want to point out that I did not just go to the party without telling my wife and having a discussion with her first. Also, the friend lives 2 hours away, so I had to leave at 2 and the appointment was at 4. I did not know she went, and I would have appreciated it if she at least was upfront with me about what she did. She could have said she was going anyways, but instead told me to go to the party and had me thinking she was going to cancel and reschedule. Edit. For those who are speculating on the type of parent I am or will be, really don't know enough to make those assumptions. So I would appreciate it if you just focus on the conflict I just presented. Now for some comments. You're the a-hole. Your priorities are wildly skewed. Appointment over party, you remembered last minute. You had a choice and you made the wrong one. Your wife is 100% justified in being pissed at you and you were the neglectful and irresponsible one. Will you miss the birth because some random thing you just remembered came up? Will you get pissed at your wife because she couldn't hold it in? My partner missed the gender scan because of COVID restrictions. In fact, he was forced to miss all of the important appointments because of restrictions. We were lucky he was allowed to be my support person during the birth. He was also forced to miss baby wellness checkups because of restrictions. OP is a giant a-hole for choosing to miss the appointment, especially considering how hard they are to get scheduled now while being allowed in. You asked your wife to reschedule the gender reveal appointment because you wanted to go to a birthday party. Your wife gives a valid reason for not rescheduling and you called her selfish because you wanted to go to a birthday party. You told your wife she couldn't go to the appointment without you because you wanted to go to a birthday party. How dense do you have to be to not realize the moment you ask her to reschedule the appointment, you are prioritizing the party over the appointment? I feel bad for your wife. You're the a-hole.